Hey guys, how are we going? So I want to talk to you about something that is very close to me, something that a lot of people, some people do know, some people don't. Most of you know I'm a youth worker. Most of you know I've worked with the disability. I've worked in mainly roles where I care for people. So why did I decide this industry? When I was a young girl, my brother had Asperger's, social anxiety disorder, and Tourette's. In the 90s, in an era where nobody knew much about it, early 2000s, still nobody knew much about it. It was frowned upon because it wasn't socially normal. It wasn't normal for a child to behave the way that he did. Now I'm an adult, 30 years old, well, plus some, and I have a daughter and a son. My daughter has ASD, SPD, and ADHD. And the list goes on. My son has ODD, Tourette's, and ADHD. They're socially called unnormal. What is normal? What is normal in the social world? My daughter can do maths that I sit there and Aaron sits there and goes, oh my God, how the hell did she do that? Oh, what? Just over our heads. Does not make sense to us. Do you know that they said that Einstein had Asperger's? That's what they believe. Socially normal is not normal. Just because you're different doesn't mean people should treat you differently. I am talking to all the parents out there right now that has a child that people refer to as socially different. You know what? You're doing an unreal job. Even if you're yelling, even if you're screaming, even if you're melting down, even if you're crying, even if you think you're the worst parent in the world, listen to me, please. You are doing an awesome job. You know why? Because you got up this morning. You got up. You did what you had to do for that child, whether you got them breakfast, you fought with them for 3 hours to put their school shoes on because they've got SPD and they hate the feeling of socks and shoes. But you got up. You made them breakfast. You packed their lunch. You took them to school. Yeah, right now you're probably sitting down absolutely exhausted because your 2 hours of getting ready in the morning is that painful that it's like running a marathon. That's okay. Been there. Do that every day. You are doing an amazing job. You are a great parent. There is nothing wrong with what you are doing. Even if you feel like it's the bare minimum, it's not. You're running a marathon every day. You're cleaning the house right now, you're washing the clothes, you're doing the dishes, and you're gonna look up at 2:30 and go, oh my God, is it that time already? And then you're gonna feel guilty for thinking that. That's okay. That's normal. You're a parent to a child who is socially unnormal, as they call it. You know what I call it? It's not special needs. I call them a child. A perfectly normal child who happens to see the world in a different way than we do. And that is cool. You know why that's cool? Because they're going to be the ones that excel at this life. You're cleaning the house. You're struggling. You're sitting there thinking, oh my God, I screamed at them 3 times this morning. What about the things I said? You know what? They don't care. They don't care anymore. They're at school. They're with their friends. They're playing. The teachers are looking after them. Stop thinking and worrying about what they're thinking, because the moment that you drop them off at school or you put them on the bus, that's gone. Gone. They don't care anymore. Let it go. You're a parent. You're doing the best you bloody can do. Like everybody else that is raising a child with any special needs whatsoever. It is hard. It is difficult. It is scary. Some days are harder than others, and some days we want to give up. Some days we struggle to get out of bed because we know that it's going to be the fight to do their hair, the fight to get them in their school clothes, to get them in a bath, to get them in a shower, to put their shoes and socks on. Everything for a special needs parent is a struggle. When you ask your child for the 7th time, have you put your shoes on, and you look at them and they go, no. And you want to completely lose it. Because you're like, I've only asked you 7 times, why haven't you done it? When people look at me like I'm an idiot when I'm saying to my 10-year-old daughter, you need to put your shoes on. Then you need to put your socks on. because I cannot give her too many requests, because if I do, she can't comprehend it. And people are like, she's not normal. She is perfectly normal. She is an A-grade student. She's incredibly smart, but she processes things differently to everybody else. And that is okay. That is okay that she does that. It is okay that she has a different process, because she is different and normal and unique. But you know what? She is human. And not everybody understands information the same way. When my son is jumping on the lounge, and I walked past for the 9th time and said, please stop jumping on there. And at this point in time, my anger's held about here, and I'm wanting to scream at him. And I have to keep reminding myself, he's just super, super strung out. And I know that sounds bad for that word, but he is overstimulated right now, and this is the only way he knows how to deal with all those feelings in his body that are tingling through, is to jump on the couch for the 18th time and to yell and scream and rant and to make all these funny noises, because that's his Tourette's. I have to say to myself, it is his... I hate using this word. It is his condition. It's not him. He is an individual who happens to have Tourette's, who happens to have ADHD, who happens to have ODD. And we are only given these children, and I know that you probably don't believe this, but we are given these children because we're strong enough to deal with them. We're strong enough to deal with all of their uniqueness. And on the days that it's hard, Mum, and the days that it's hard, Dad, and Auntie and Uncle and Grandma and Grandpa, remember, they are unique. Let me tell you a little story. That little boy, my brother, who has Asperger's, who struggles, or who did struggle, has a beautiful daughter. He is getting married next year. And these aren't tears of upset, these are tears of pride, of utter pride. He works a job who he is pretty much managing other people. They told us he would never, ever, ever hold down a job. That he would never comply to society. And I look at him now and I smile. He has a beautiful fiance, a beautiful 1-year-old daughter, a beautiful house, and a great job. And he excels at everything he does. Does he still have hard days where he suffers with anxiety? Yes, he does. But I am so super proud of that kid. These kids are going to grow up. They're going to turn out just fine. There's going to be hard days. There's going to be days where you think, oh my God, how is this child going to adult? They can't get their shoes on in the morning. They can't do their hair. How are they going to get to work on time? How are they going to get to university on time? Everything you're teaching them will help them get through. Everything that you're building will help them. And the number one thing that I want you to remember, please save this video, share this video, find me on Facebook and Instagram. I want to be there to support you as well, because it is hard, it is not easy, but together as parents and carers and loved ones, we're going to get through this. And it's okay to cry, and it's okay to struggle, and it's okay to have bad days, and it's okay to sometimes absolutely lose it. It doesn't mean you're a bad parent. It means you're human, and that some days are harder than others. It means that you are doing the best you can. As long as they've got food on the table, they're clothed, the clothes are clean. Even if you've got to sit them down with mac and cheese because that's all they'll eat in front of cartoons, because that's the only way they'll eat it, while you take a 15-minute hot shower because you need 5 minutes, that's okay. You still fed them and you still made sure they're watching their favourite cartoons. You're still doing a good job, guys. Don't let any parent and those negative looks that you get at the supermarket make you feel inadequate as a parent or a caregiver. You are an amazing person and you are doing an amazing job. I'm here for all of you.